Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my NR2003 career mode series. That was a fucking fuck. Welcome back to my welcome back to another NR2003 career mode video. Today we're going to be going to Nashville Super Speedway here in the ARCA Remax Series 2005. My second ever start in this series. Daytona went pretty much exactly as I asked for, I guess. I said I wanted a top 20. I managed to finish 20th, so it is literally what I asked for. And the Truck Series race at Daytona, my Truck Series debut and one of two part-time starts for this season. I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get out on the track, and hopefully this week goes better than the last 2 weeks of videos I've been giving you guys. Wow, guys. I managed to win the pole by, not by a lot as you can see, but by like 6/1000ths of a second, basically. But I managed to win the pole, which is surprising because I'm not a good qualifier at all, right? And this is at 96% difficulty. So hopefully that means good. I didn't feel too confident in practice. It was basically felt like I was going to be somewhere in the midfield, but qualifying tells me differently. I know that lap times don't mean a whole lot with racing, but hopefully that means good things. It's going to be a 57 lap race, so the same kind of ratio as Daytona. Only one pit stop needed for fuel, but there will be more because tires come into play at this track and also cautions and everything else. But if it went green flag all the way and you could save your tires, you could make it on one pit stop. Anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get to racing, and hopefully this goes as well as qualifying did.
Driver, start your engine! Pace car's off, be ready.
No, it's not. It's right in front of me. This track, in my one test, like I did a little like 5 lap race to test it, just because I was curious. I wanted to see, what it was going to be like to race around the AI on this track, because as much as I like to try and keep it raw, I don't want to like know how to beat the AI. I also want to know where their braking zones are so I don't murder them, because like Bristol in NR 2003, a lot of times they back up on the first, like off the rip, they back up the corner really bad, and you smash them and you kill yourself right there. So I guess kill yourself isn't the word I should use. YouTube's gonna hate me for that, but fuck them. But this track has a weird glitch, like I was saying, with the pace cars off thing. You'll see in a minute, guys.
Pace car's off, be ready. Pace car's off,
As you can see.
Green flag. Green
But anyway, guys, we're green flag at Nashville Super Speedway. I at least got a good start. That was my concern, really, was if I got late to the throttle or something, I'd be in a little bit of trouble, but we got actually a pretty good launch. I don't want to, like, dominate. That's not going to be very interesting for you guys, but I also don't think I will, because the car's super loose, and I couldn't figure out a way to fix that. Also, those exist. The first lap. Wow, that lasted a long time, didn't it? We'll get a single file restart, so at least we'll have like...
Take a deep breath to relax. Buddy, talk to me about your hot rod.
It won't like completely screw us over,
Line it up behind the pace car.
Catch the pace car, and let's go find out what happened, shall we? Well, guys, looks like it's on the 90 car, David Reagan here. He just kind of come up too high off the corner, it looks like, and yeah, straight off the bumper of the 67 and went for a ride. Riding on board of the 67 car here, you can just see the 90 David Reagan just crowds him up and gets dumped. Didn't lift. That was pretty smart. He made up a few spots from that, and we got our first caution of the day.
One to go. I think they want you in single file.
Well, duh. There's no lappers yet. Anyway, as I was gonna say before, my spotter interrupted me, or my crew chief, or whoever, whichever one that is, I think is my spotter. We got the command for 1 to go. I'm still leading. There were no pit stops except for damaged cars, obviously, because unless you got damaged, why the fuck would you pit off the first lap? Hopefully we can have a green flag run. I really don't want to be doing pace laps for the rest of this race. It's 57 laps is a lot when you're doing it at 60 miles an hour. 60 miles an hour is highway speed, right? I'm trying to compute, like, I know it's slow in terms of this, but like 60 miles an hour is highway speed, right? I'm Canadian. We use normal measurements for our speed. I think 60 is like 100, which is highway speed. I don't know. Somebody, I'll figure it out after this. Anyway, guys, let's go green for the second time here in Nashville Super Speedway.
Pace cars off. Be ready. Green flag.
Got a little bit less of a jump there, but still managed to get a little bit of a gap. That's good, because I don't really want to have to try and beat these guys side by side, especially at this track. I messed up that corner a little bit, allowed him to get back, but I'm really fast on the straightaways, clearly. So it doesn't even matter. This corner I'm fast in, on the straightaway, as I say that, I fuck it up. I'm fast in the corners, that corner and the straightaways for sure. 1 and 2, I don't know, it's actually 2. 1 is fine. It's 2 where it kind of tightens on this exit here that I tend to have a little bit of trouble getting through it. Which is why the car's so loose, is because I was really tight going through there and I couldn't seem to make it stable and turn. So it's a little bit looser than I'd actually like it to be playing with a controller, but I can manage okay, I think. As we come to 51 to go, lap 7. Sad that this is lap 7. I've been playing for a minute already. And we are a little ways ahead. I'm going to try and kind of back off a little bit, be easy on my tires, because pit strategy is a thing at Nashville. I know the Cup race was only a couple weeks ago there. The NASCAR Cup Series race in real life was only a couple weeks ago there. So you know how pit strategy came into play there. So I'm going to use that knowledge. Try and be easy on the car. Be easy on my tires. And just, you know, not like that. Try and roll through these corners and slide my tires as little as possible. I'm not using my brakes. I managed to set the car up, but I didn't have to do that, because braking at this track is weird. I really don't want to have to. So I tried to set up the car so I could lift, and I only have to brake if I'm in traffic, really, so that's helpful. Or if I'm on really old tires, that's the other thing. But, like, right now, perfect. I'm just lifting, and that is easier on my tires as well, I think. Probably not, actually. Now that I do the math on that one, it's not. Definitely not. Less brake fade at the end of the race. That is a thing. And that is a thing in NR2003. If you've never played this game, you know you're not going to get it, but my voice is fucked up today. Holy shit. You know, there is brake fade, especially if you do, like, I've done some pretty long races on my own time, like 100% length races at, like, I did one at Riverside Speedway 1979 NASCAR Cup Series. Brake fade was nuts at the end of it. Fuck. I obviously am not made to be recording this video today, but this is what it is. I'm leading. Honestly, we needed a max points day. I know it's only the second race of the season. I can make up points everywhere elsewhere, but it's better if we're up front early and then I have to race to keep it instead of trying to make up on it all year. I know that's probably more interesting for you guys, but for me, less stressful, you know, less feeling like a failure when I lose the championship at the end of it. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I really didn't know what to expect, because this 96% felt difficult in my test race, but I also started the rear, so maybe the qualifying position helped me get a jump. Guy behind me's fast. Who is that? Kyle Krisiloff. I hope I'm saying his name right. He passed Joey Miller in the set. He put him in the 7. He passed the 9 of Joey Miller. So now he's behind me, and he ran me down because I'm being nice on my tires. And if I have to let him go, I'll let him go because I'm not an idiot, you know. He's got his Monte Carlo right on the back of mine and right on the back bumper of mine, and you know, I hope that I can keep it in the lead, but I've also had enough bonus points for leading laps that, like, if he wants a couple, go ahead. But he also probably did well at Daytona. I haven't looked at the standings from Daytona. I'm gonna add them up for points after this, right? But he giving me a little bit of a push there. Nice, thank you. I appreciate it. Go by then. I'm giving you the lane. But yeah, I haven't looked at the standings from Daytona, but I'm gonna assume because he's a front runner here that he did okay-ish at Daytona, so he's probably already ahead of me. Yeah, go by then. I'm literally waving you around. This corner I'm fast in. I don't know about up high though. I'm actually okay up here early. But now we're on much older tires. I don't have the speed up here, so if these two are going to go by me, they can go by me. I'm okay with that. Late in the run, I'm okay to run behind them. I got a really good arc out of that corner there, giving the 9 Joey Miller a push. Got back under him on the straightaway. We might be able to get that position back in second. I'm slowing us down because there was a bit more of a gap to the guys behind us there. He's going to be stuck on the outside. Oh wow, I really screwed him over with that pass, didn't I? Now I'm going to have to hold off the guys behind me. And probably I'm expected to run down the 7 car, but I stuck that a little bit too deep, but it's okay. Clean corner anyways. I am not going to win this if this is how it goes, but I do think that if this stays green, we need to run the same strategy or a little bit deeper strategy as the AI. If there's cautions, I'll short pit it and hope for another caution late in the run. But I have an odd feeling that that's not going to happen. This is going to go green, and I'm going to be stuck trying to deal with tires. The right front's already down, worn down. 16 laps completed. But, yeah, guys, not a lot of exciting stuff to report. It got a little bit more exciting since now I'm trying to chase back down the lead, and there's a fucking wall. It's okay, we didn't lose much time. We were losing a lot anyways. Might as well just lose a little bit more, you know? We managed to wrap around the bottom there a little bit better. I started to use my brakes to keep it there because, you know, tires are wearing out. Have to use my brakes in 1 and 2 to keep it down around the bottom, even in 3 and 4. Holy shit. I didn't think I'd have to use them in 3 and 4 just because the car handled so good in those corners, but I guess you have to start lightly braking everywhere. It's okay, I'm cool with that, you know. Gets me a little bit loose because I probably should put more brake bias in it than I have, but it's okay. Fuck you. Okay, guys, hold on. I'm gonna answer the phone. Give me a second. Yo. Not an NDP. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, guys. Back to the racing. Oh fuck. I shouldn't be cranking my wheel like that, but I also don't want to lose all that time. Oh shit. I'm getting a push. It's okay. Oh boy. I'm getting fucking freight train. Stuck it a little bit too deep in the corner and got myself screwed over. That's a caution. Was that me or was that just an instance next to me? I heard it. I didn't really see it. We lost a lot of spots there, but the caution's out. The chain of events. Okay, well, I guess you can pass me. You really can't. Thank you.
Buddy, talk to me about your hot rod.
Well, I'll go look at what happened, find out what the fuck happened, and I'll see you on pit road. Alright guys, I guess right after me and the 9 of Joey Miller made contact, he didn't know where he was going, and he just dragged himself and another car off into the grass, and he hit the wall hard. And then behind me, he came back up onto the track and got nailed, destroyed by the 5 and the 00, and just carnage. Holy fuck. Well, alright guys, coming to pit road here, I don't really need a repair, so we're just going to go with 1 can of fuel, 4 tires, pretty standard stuff. No speeding. I'd assume my pit box is the last pit box, sorry, because it does just so happen to be a, that's why I have no acceleration. I'm in 4th gear still. Actually helps me on pit road, so I'm cool with it. Takes away my ability to accelerate, so I can't, There's a perfect pit stop right there. I never do that on the first try. Okay guys, come on, come on. I need a flyer. Oh fuck.
Hard. Dig, buddy. Alright, looks like you're gonna be lining up behind the 10.
I could have put a little bit more gas behind that if I was wanting it, but I didn't bother. Okay.
Get out there, go.
We will have the speed hopefully to recover that now that we're on fresh tires and full tank of gas. So on fuel and on paper we can make it to the end, but I sense there's going to be another caution and I'm going to want to come in for tires, because based on the performance of the tires in the last 22 laps, you know, I guess 21 laps, and that was with some pace laps, so, you know, I could run tires all the way through, and I'd probably, if I hadn't gotten a phone call, I'd still be in the lead, but it is what it is.
1 to go. Okay, here come your lap cars inside. It's going to be a lot of chaos up front here, so just be ready. Alright, buddy, give your seatbelt a tug for me, alright? It's a beat them bad boys. Let's go rock and roll, 10-4. Alright, looks like you're going to be lining up behind the 46. Stay up high. Great job, man. Way to be smart. We'll get them.
Alright guys, just got the 1 to go command. Yeah, so as things cycled out through pit stops, we're ending up restarting in 3rd. I believe there will be at least 1 lapper on the inside of us here for the restart. I don't have a lot to say. My car isn't performing the greatest on the long run, but that could just be me. I don't really have the best data since when I started getting freight trained was about when I answered my phone. Got distracted and answered my phone. And then things got wrecked from there. But let's try and correct that, and let's go green for the 3rd time tonight here at Nashville Super Speedway.
Nice and smooth, bud. Pace cars off. Be ready. Pace cars off. Be ready. Pace cars off. Be ready. Green flag. Outside.
Well, we already got off to a good start, and we're managing to get under the 46 here. We got him up on a lane, but I can't quite get around him. But he's leading. Got around the 12 of Mario Gosselin, so basically It's now just the 46 that I'm going to have to pass for the lead, if I want to lead. But I don't really feel like leading, like there's much of a point in leading if I'm not going to win at this point, because, you know. But I think we can chase the 46 down of Frank Kimmel, and we can definitely take the lead this lap probably. If I drive smart, that's a no. Not at least in 1 and 2. But we have a nose under him, so I think we can get him in 3 and 4 here if we stick it a little bit deeper than we want to. There's the pass for the lead.
That was a veteran move right there, buddy. That was awesome. You're doing a great job.
Try and put up as much of a gap as possible on new tires, so that when I get on older tires I can lose less. That's what I've learned from the first pit cycle, or like the first stint there at green flag, is that we want to get a big gap here on the fresh tires so that I can, you know, lose maybe less positions when I'm on older tires and tighter, you know. Well, that ruins those dreams.
You need to take a drink or anything like that? Keep taking, come on. Pit road closed. One in the fence on the back stretch. Big wreck in the pit. One in the fence in turn 3. Caution is
Well, at least this time we come to the line in the lead.
Great job, doing
29 laps to go, and that is the third caution of the night.
Buddy. Great job. Get yourself a little drinking Gatorade there, bud. Alright, looks like you're going to be lining up behind. The face card's
Well, guys,
nice and easy.
let's see what happened to bring out the caution. And I'll see you guys back at the green flag, because I ain't pitting. Well, guys, looks like a typical NR2003 AI moment. Mike Harmon goes underneath the 21 and the 91, 3 wide, and just fucks it all up. And they all go for a ride. Minimal damage done to him, but the 21 didn't have the same luck. Yeah, guys, pretty typical. I don't think I need to find more angles on this either. You pretty much know what happened from that one shot. I don't think I'm going to get much better with without that.
1 to go. Okay, here come your lap cars inside. It's going to be a lot of chaos up front here, so just be ready. Alright, buddy, give your seat for me, alright? It's a beat that bad, boys. Let's go rock and roll, 10-4. Alright, looks like you're going to be lining up behind. Hit the face card, stay up high.
Well, alright guys, 1 to go command was given. This time we are legitimately restarting with lap cars on the inside of us. Looks like JJ Yaley, AJ Henriksen, Johnny Leonard, I think that's it. I'll double check here. I think that is it. And yeah. Past the halfway mark now. We're going to be restarting 25 laps to go in the lead here at Nashville Superspeedway. Hopefully we can put away a victory early in our rookie season in the ARCA Remax Series. If not, I'm happy either way with anywhere in the top 10. I know I'm definitely capable of a win, but I know I'm for sure capable of a top 10. So as we go green for, I believe, the 4th time here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway, let's keep that in mind.
Be ready. Pace cars off. Be ready. Pace cars off. Be ready. Green flag.
Didn't quite get the jump that I wanted there. I mean, I have a jump, but the lappers being on the inside really hurts you.
Clear low.
Because you don't get the opportunity to start up on that inside and go flying off, you know, especially if I wasn't faster than them. Like, say, the 17 here is obviously a slower car, but if he wasn't, and he had a lot of speed, and he just managed to get trapped the lap down, then, you know, I wouldn't have beat him through there in those first few corners till I worked him out, or he got by me. It would have been hell. But I feel like the lappers are going to get into the way, and they're going to help me build a gap, so I'm cool with that, you know. If they can get in the way of the drivers who are trying to catch me for position, then please do. Because I do know that in NR2003, the one thing that lap cars don't do is recognize that they're lap cars. They race like they're racing you for position all the time. So that probably means they're going to get in the way of the cars behind me, and that could help me immensely. Because, like I said, I'm trying to build a gap while I still have tires to build a gap with. So, lappers are helping with that. You can see the 17 back there getting in the way, so that's the hope, and hopefully it remains that way, but it's not because he got shuffled out. So now I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. And clearly, he closed a lot of gap in a very short amount of time because I had a decent enough gap around him. Now I'm up here, god damn it. The tires are wearing in. They're not that old, but they're wearing in just enough that I can tell that they're wearing in, right? And they're going to wear out here in a couple laps. And that's really, I guess not in a couple laps, but in about 5 to 10 laps, so you're going to start feeling the actual speed difference on my tires. And presumably, because I'm playing on a controller, the AI is much better at tire saving than I am. I can save fuel like nobody's business. I can save fuel at Daytona really well and keep up with the pack, but I cannot for the life of me save tires on these intermediates. So, yeah. That's, I guess, the one thing that I do have to say. We're still kind of hanging on. I think... No, actually, it wasn't a lapper got in his way. I thought that was a lapper that got in his way and slowed him up, but I guess it's somebody for position. Which is good. We are going to catch maybe our first actual, like, green flag lapper here 5 seconds ahead, and we're rapidly closing on that, so... I mean, we can see him there. He's obviously damaged. We just heard the 20 to go, so, hopefully we can just kind of, cruise for the next 20 laps and roll to a victory, but I have a feeling if it's going to be something, it's going to be a photo finish. And just like that, he's right up to my back bumper. He closed that gap awful fast. I didn't, let him, so to speak, and I'm trying not to mirror drive because that'd just be idiotic. But, Daryl Basham, I don't know. Somebody tell me how to say that, please. He definitely closed in that gap a lot quicker than I thought he would. Somehow I didn't completely fuck up that corner, and I thought I did. It looked like it. Felt like it too, but, somehow that actually helped me build a gap. I guess he's worse in this corner than I am. We got that gap back, but he really ran up on me there for a minute, and he was the one that looked like he was slowing down Frank Kimmel there, so you never know. Tires are definitely wearing in now. You can tell that right front's just about to turn yellow. I'm doing better. I think I'm actually just doing better at managing my speed through the corners. That's what's helped. I'm not trying to push it like I was off the restart, Before I was pushing it a little bit too deep into these corners for the tires, and that's holy... I can definitely tell I'm out of grip. That's... much less grip in the tires than there was originally, and I can tell because I'm getting loose sliding off corners, and this corner is not as good as it once was, but my corners were never that good here, which is why I'm wondering how I'm leading this race right now and how I've probably led the most laps. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but it feels like I have, right? But at least 1 and 2, I'm getting down into the corners much better. The car is wrapping the bottom, and I don't think that the 46 of Frank Kimmel is going to be able to get around me on the outside, not with the tires the way they are. So I think as long as my car wraps the bottom nicely and stays on the right line in the straightaways, I don't think he's going to get by me anyways. And I'm not mirror driving, I'm just staying, I don't think he'll be able to pass me on the outside here. Especially not in 1 and 2. So as long as my car wraps the bottom as good as it is and I can get the drive off and up to the wall, then I think I'm home free. This lap car here, Christy Passmore, she is gonna be the real answer to the question here is, am I gonna be able to get around them? You know, am I gonna be able to get around the number 91 and you know, pass and let the AI behind me get gapped, or am I gonna get stuck behind them and the 46 Frank Kimmel's gonna duck around us? I'm not sure. We're gonna find out in a couple laps when I catch up to him. I don't know. Christy's a girl name, right? But I don't know. I'll look it up. Or it says Night Owl, you can do that research for me. How's about that? You tell me information I don't ask for all the time. Not that that's a bad thing, but you give me information I could not have thought to look up if I tried. You can probably tell me whether this 91 car in front of me is a male or a female driver, right? Yeah. No, seriously, bro, you're like the one person who I figure consistently watches my videos besides my mother, so you know, like, I think my mom watches some of them. I don't even think she watches all of them or all of them. I think she watches the first 10 minutes and drops a like and moves on with her life. Which, I'm not judging. She hears me talk enough. She doesn't need to see me talk and play video games. But, like, that's what I mean. I think, like, you're my first, like, legit fan of the channel, and I've posted 4 videos. Actually, I think it's 4 plus this one makes 5, and only 3 of them are NR2003 related. 10 to go, guys. Things are looking good, that's for sure. I'm getting a little bit more of a gap here. My both right side tires are very yellowed, and I'm gonna be limping on them to the finish, but I think that I can make them hold on. I can definitely hold on. Tires probably gonna be pretty worn. I don't feel like they're gonna be in too good of shape when we cross the finish line, but it doesn't matter because when you cross the finish line, you don't go to race no more. You can cross the finish line off flat tires, and as long as you cross, you're good. Holy gap, are we ever getting one? Almost a full, like, 6/10 of a second now, which is a far cry from what it was only a couple of laps ago. They really fell off there, so I'm not sure what that's about, but it is what it is. I'm glad that there's a little bit of a gap. I guess they're on the same age tires as me, if you think about it, and I guess they're not handling it quite as well as I am, which is to say a lot because I'm not handling it the greatest. I mean, that corner was a fluke because I was driving with one hand scratching my nose and adjusting my glasses, but this is a bad corner. See, that was my fault, fully my fault. We are catching up the 91 car. We'll need to get around them quickly or else I'll be in trouble, because if I get stuck behind a lapper at this stage, I'm done, especially on these tires. Now the left front's getting yellow, so yeah, tires, you know, they don't last the longest. This is the longest tire run we've had so far, coming to 6 laps to go. You know, this is the longest we've gone on tires to even see them get this old, so, you know, I don't even know what the situation is with that. And I was going to put this on 3 times tire wear and fuel burn. And I went with my gut and went for 2, and boy am I glad I did. Had to lift a little bit on exit, and I still hit the fucking wall. We're catching up the 91 car. The 7 is on pit road. Really? I find that interesting considering the fact that he was leading the race at one point. How he was gapping me. But he went to pit road. Obviously he didn't have the fuel to make it, I assume, because you can limp old tires to the finish line. on 5 to go. That's a no-brainer. But yeah, the 91's going to challenge me. I think that's just because I'm on old tires and I have to slow down a lot more for the corner. And the AI probably have slightly better tires than me just because they're AI and they can do everything perfectly.
Still out there.
But as long as I'm not being held up by the 91, that's the thing, right? Like, I could care less about whether I'm actually past the 91, as long as the 91 isn't in my way and keeping me slowed down, right? But we're by them now. Coming to 3 laps to go, guys. Only a few more to go. We're leading by close to a second. I guess 7.5 tenths of a second, so not that close to a second, but close enough to a second. It's the closest I've been all race to a second of a gap to anybody. But yeah, guys, I think we have this one in the bag. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. I hope we have this in the bag, let me put it that way, knock on wood. But the 25 somehow is in second and somehow closed that damn gap like that. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know how they did that, but they've been doing that all race. They seem to be gapped, and then they just close it off. So the 25 Billy Venturini is somebody we haven't seen yet. 1.5 laps remaining in this race, and we are barely leading the race. And there he goes. Nope, you can stay behind me. I don't care. I don't care if I'm being an asshole. I want this spot. Coming to the white, and he leads that lap. Coming to the white flag, I'm gonna have to pull off some moves to get through and around these corners and not get passed. In the lead out of 2. It's gonna be a battle, that's for sure. Glad I got some interesting racing to the finish, but I'm not thrilled that it had to be to this finish. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got him off of us just enough. And we take away the win in Nashville. Yes, sir.
Right there, buddy. That was awesome. You're doing a great job. Checker boss. Damn, nice job. Run that thing up there by the wall, man. Say hey to all those fans. Awesome, brother. Great job. Great teamwork today, guys. Show me some smoke, brother. Show me some smoke.
That's awesome, man. We our second ever start in the Arca Menards, Arca Remax series. Arca Menards haven't become a thing yet. It's not the name of the series yet, but Arca Remax series, second ever start. Where are you going?
Here, guys, start picking up all this other crash stuff here that we've got.
And we have a victory.
Start picking that shit up. Start picking up all this other crash stuff here that we've got, the pull rig and the chassis bending rig. Start picking that shit up.